Okay, is that working? Good, good. That looks like that's working. All right. Well, I'm glad you like that music, Foster's Finds. Good afternoon. Are you hearing it now? I don't know why the microphone reverted to a default, but it did. It's always a little something at the end. I really apologize for that. Volume a tad low now. Interesting. I'm not sure I can do anything about that. It looks like I've got the slider bar all the way to the right. So I welcome you all to some Copper Owl Coins this afternoon. I hope your Sunday's going well. It's June 23rd, day after Mrs. Owl and my 23rd, or not 23rd, 28th wedding anniversary. There she is. They said they're getting loaded up to come home. So that is where they're still at Grandma's house. So they should be home probably close to the time that we get done here. So we'll see where we're at. But we've got 2 boxes today. We're having experienced technical difficulty. Okay, well, I hope we don't. Foster's Fine says he'll take the last 20 rolls. That sounds good. I didn't have it right on the screen here. Looks like I must have failed to save. There we go, but since you're going to take them, let's go ahead and
go first.
My favorite thing, we are sold out. Thank you for that, Foster's Finds. I will get your name on the list. Be sure you email me your mailing information so I can get that to you, including your actual name and address, if you would, please. And we are going to give you those last 20 in box number 2. So we've got our order set for the day. We've got Adventures with Maxwell in box number 1 with 50 rolls. He's got the entire box. Thank you so much. That works, Eat Fosters. Thank you. We've got Jim Cantor up next with 10 out of box 2. Namaste Forget Me Not will get the next 20 in box 2. And Foster's Finds will close us out with the last 20. Thank you for helping us get that sold out right away, guys. Now, here's the funny thing. When I was setting up, the whole time I was setting up until I transitioned over to this screen, that number was 1,500. So I don't know. Maybe we actually lost somebody. Maybe we didn't. I don't know. But while we're at it, guys, let's do our Wise Owl pick of the day. Coining around. If it's you again, we're going to get all kinds of crazy rigged comments. So yeah, it kind of feels like it, Michael Wells. And this is acting funny. Okay, so I just had to refresh the screen. Well, let's go. Let's find out who our winner will be, or our contestant to pick the number of silvers will be. Let's go to the screen I have for that. And your winner, or your contestant for the Wise Owl contest, is going to be Brian Jensen. Brian Jensen.
This system is rigged.
Since we are hunting 2 boxes today, if you look down below my finger here, you'll see the tiers that you can guess at. The guess 100, meaning 100 rolls. That's the column you want to be in. I need an exact number. If we hit within that range, you'll win the prize to the right. If you hit that exact number, we will double it. If our silvers are outside of that range, then you will still get an Indian head sent for playing. So Brian Jensen, what number do you pick? You're picking 7. Ooh, that'd be a good day if we found 7 silvers between these boxes. So we're going to say your guess is 7. Your range is 6 to 10, and you'll be playing for a 40% half. All right. Good luck, Brian, on that. I hope we hit it for you. I hope we get it within the range. Let's go. So, let's get it to the right one here. So we need to do we need to get things started off with an EOS contribution. So let me get us over to our prize wheel and let's see what we can pull off of there. All right, here we go. Let's see what we're going to get. Never know what music's coming up. All right. Well, we're going to put a proof quarter into the EOS. That will be a random year. I'm going to pull one. Let's see. I need to stand up to get that. We get to look at the Squirrel Squad shirt from Coin Crew. Squirrely Miss Coin Crew over there. And I'm going to at least put one in to hold place, and we'll see if that's the one that gets there. I do have years. I'm trying to work on my proof sets as well, so we will see what we've got and we'll go from there. So holding place is going to be this beautiful proof 1991S. Now it's going to be a clad, but that is a proof. So that will be our first item in the EOS today. Now we can add to that EOS by getting likes today, hitting likes goals. And we can get there. Looks like we've got 30 likes right now, so we're well on our way to our 50 likes, the first tier. And for our likes contest today, or for hitting those likes goals, we've got doors 1, 2, and 3, or envelopes 1, 2, and 3 as it might be. So I know that there's some goodies in those. What they are, we will find out later. So welcome everybody. I'm glad you could make it. Let me get Brian's information put up here on the screen. So we have that.
Freeze, Gopher!
Let me get it on there. So I did get a bunch of mail out, guys, so it is going to be headed your way. And Elizabeth Flood, you are one that has a lot of mail coming your way. I hope it makes it soon. They were trying to pull something at the post office that made me a little upset. They wanted me to spend almost twice as much as the regular price to get it to you because it said coins on there. So I don't know. If it comes back to me, I will try again, Elizabeth, but you know, it is what it is, and we're going to try and get that to you. Hopefully it makes it real soon. So dogs are fast because it's miles between trees. So welcome in Foster's Finds, Elizabeth Flood, NC Prospectors, VMC, BH Ringer, Coining Around. Chris Helms is here. He wants his Cowboys to win. Well, he can wait. It ain't gonna happen. I'm just kidding. And we've got the order ready, and so that should leave us with that. Vincent will be back soon. Welcome in, Vincent. Atlanta Essman, welcome in. And Sheepdog 13's here. Adventures with Maxwell is here. He's into box number 1. We've got Namaste Forget Me Not here earlier. Hopefully Jim Cantor will be here. I think he is. Is there a tree in Kansas? Well, every once in a while there is. And so it looks like we are good to go. David, Air Force vet, you are here. Awesome. So let's get into our box. Now that we are 15 minutes in, let's jump in and let's wish Adventures with Maxwell a lot of luck. Well, Fosters, I do too, but a couple things. If you don't see them scan it, they might end up doing what they've done to me, and that is losing it in their system. They finally find it, but it's like 3 weeks later. The other thing, Fosters, is the fact that I was sending this to Canada. So little gotcha there. So Canada can be a fun place to ship to, and I'm gonna have to, yeah, customs. 65-mile-an-hour winds in Kansas is a breeze. It could be. It seemed like it over the weekend. Yep, that's kind of where I'm at with it, Namaste. And so let's see what we've got here. We'll get that box top off. Good sharp knife is always a good thing to have. I think we'll go without gloves today. Just something about gloves on my hands doesn't seem good. Anyway, looks like we've got some focus issues. There we go. All right. I don't see an ender that jumps out at me other than a few of these newer looking coins. The good news is they're all circulated. I saw that on the holes on the other side, so it's good to see that they weren't lying to me. So here we go. We will get into it for Adventures with Maxwell. Let's get his card written up. With Maxwell. That gives you 50 and today's date. And for your full box purchase, Maxwell, you'll be getting two 90% half dollars, a 90% quarter, and a skunk protection against not getting at least a total of 90% silver. We could do that with one 90% silver, or it might take three 40%ers. We'll see where we get. If we don't get there, we will double the 290s and a 90% quarter to 4 90% halves and two 90% quarters. There we go. So good luck, Adventures with Maxwell. We're off and running now. Yeah, if I knew what to look for, I'd look for it. I'll try to keep them to the side, and maybe we'll see. I might not be able to check them all right on the spot like that, because it's just, you know how it goes. Oh, by the way, Adventures with Maxwell, thank you for the 10 channel memberships before the stream really got started. That was awesome. Thank you so much for that. So let's hope that we are going to get a whole lot of
silver.
My thing is, I don't get a lot of fillies here, so there might not be much to look at. There's our first one to look at. 74D did not have it. not have the doubling. See, there's the 2023D. I don't get a lot of fillies here, so we'll see what happens. If we get one, we'll set it aside. So good to see so many people here today. Hopefully one of you will be that one that gets us back above 1,500. I knew that we'd regress just a little bit because the algorithm just cannot help itself. Thank you. Well, there's going to be our first official find, a 2014 NIFC. So we will record that here in just a second. All right, we're off and running now. Where we find NIFCs, we usually have found silver. We're on a, I believe it's an 8-box, 4-stream silver streak right now. So let's keep that alive. That would be awesome. I think we only found 4 last time, but that was enough to keep the streak alive and keep it going. So, and I think we found 2 in each box, or 3 in one, maybe 1 in another. Either way, the streak is alive. All right, we're listening for that silver if we missed it visually by raking those. We're also listening for things like magic coins. What's a magic coin, you might ask? Well, magic coin is usually something that's a magician's tool, where it's a hollowed out $half. There's sometimes something stuffed inside of it, usually like a Mexican peso or 20 pesos or something like that. Whatever fits in there, a lot of times that'll be what we find. So it was fun to be at the coin show last week. It was a good coin show. I just kind of realized it's been a little while since we got together and talked, and I was on pause streams last week to talk with you guys and share a little bit about that coin show. That's right, that comment video is pinned at the top of the chat. Feel free to go over there, drop a short positive comment in there. It's all it takes. So good to have 31 of you here. So, took Owlet number 4. I did notice that, BH.
Freeze, go first!
So I thought I had one in there, but I would have to go back to Streamlab, the bot, and see what we've got on that. But no, I appreciate you doing that. Kind of long overdue, don't you think? So, for those that don't know what I'm doing when I pull these into my hand, these are ones that we will search again for other DDOs. And there's just so many of them to search. I could pick out the best ones, but, you know, we already go slow enough through our hunt. You know, I wish we could be a little bit faster. It's just, it's the operator. It's me, so... Okay, well, that's good. I wasn't sure if I had lost something in there or not. Let's look at that 82 and see what we got. That is not a filly. We want the filly on the 82 to look for that no FG on the back. So... it'll be good to have the family back. Let's see, what was you saying about Owlet number 4? She was on the road with me. We had our little 200 likes challenge. We came up quite a bit short of it, but we're gonna give you what you guys want. We'll do it. I was thinking maybe it would be this stream if they were home, but since they're not, we're gonna have to save it for another stream. But there will be some fingernail painting going on. Oh, okay. Yeah. That is true. Different channels will do things a little differently. So, on your way to Hoot Owl. Well, thanks for being a member. Adventures with Maxwell. That is cool. I was trying to find a hey, Passion Stacker. Good to see you. Welcome in. If we get anybody new here checking us out, please welcome them. Always good to have a friendly place to land. And that's what we wanted. Well, that should be a sight to see then, NC. We're up to 39 likes, only 11 more, maybe 10 more, the way you're seeing it, maybe 10 more to go before we hit that 50 like plateau. We'll hopefully cruise past that, hit 75, then maybe 100 if we're lucky today. We've got the envelope ready for it if we do. I think you guys will enjoy the prize envelopes today. As Rob would say, there's some good goodies in there. 6 rolls in. We have an NIFC to show for it so far. We're hoping we're going to improve that by quite a bit. Not seeing it. I better get my hand up here. So far, all the 2023s I've seen have been Denver's, and that's not surprising. We're pretty close to Denver here in the Kansas City area, so that seems to be where they're coming from. All right, Silent Silver, how you doing? Welcome in. Ken Stout Live, how you doing? It's good to see you back here again, buddy. I was kind of bumping around different channels yesterday, kind of getting reacquainted with some people. Jim Thompson, anniversary number 50. Congratulations to you, sir. That is a milestone. Mrs. Al and I had our 28th yesterday. Unfortunately, we were not home together yesterday. She was still visiting her mom, who's recovering from some knee surgery. Grandma Al, you need to take it easy. Really odd Sunday for you? Well, it is the 23rd, so it is an odd day. Congratulations, Jim. 50 years. I'm only 22 years behind you. Maybe we'll get there. It would be nice. It would be awesome. $2001, that was almost an NIFC. Kind of an ugly one there. 1991. So, the last time we got together, I had gotten dumped by my dump bank. They said, nope, no more dumping coins at our location. Roll number 10 coming up. And I'll go back and talk about Owlet number 4 here in a little bit. But a friend in the community informed me that by having a business account, which I do at a bank, that I should be able to return coins in a certain way. And so now I'm able to do that. Had to kind of talk to them and help them learn their own process, but always kind of fun. I might be doing the same thing with another branch tomorrow. We'll see if that goes well over my lunch hour. I hope it does. If it does, then that'll make things a lot easier. And I can spread out where I return to with one of those branches. So that would make it a little easier on everybody. Thank you, Jim. Roll number 11. So, yeah, every time a dump, it seems like I've had more problems getting dump banks to stay put with me. A lot of people have trouble getting banks to get them boxes, and the ones that I have, you know, they're sometimes they're a little hit and miss. The credit union has been rock solid. They just, you know, with Loomis being a little reportedly short-staffed, they haven't been re-rolling their coins. They've just been going to the Fed, and honestly, I don't know why they would do any different at this point. I would hope that they would. This one's been checked already, but we will take a look anyway. And so, you know, we've been getting a lot of our 2023 boxes from there. We've gotten them from all three of the banks, but another awesome garage sale score yesterday. Show it on the stream tonight. Cool. If you want to see what Tupac has gotten at his garage sale this weekend, make sure you're checking out Coining Around later. They'll probably be on about the time we're getting done, if all goes well. And it should. I don't think we'll have any problems today, unless we just run into that big vein of silver that slows us down for all the right reasons. That would be awesome. Oh my goodness. I can't wait to see those. It'll be funny. So, yeah, Alan number 4, she joined me in going down to the Tulsa coin show. It was a good show. Not quite a coin explosion there. Venison stew cooking for supper. Yum. So she went to the coin show with me. She hung out with me at Pa's spare time at his place. We spent Saturday night there. Came home on Sunday after I took her to visit Grandma on the way. A $5 star note was just found. Nice. And a low run too. That is cool to hear. So, yeah, I swear it looked like maybe she was bored out of her skull part of the time, but there was a good amount of good times that she had too. So Shell Bell and Chicken Man Dan celebrating 23rd anniversary today as well. Happy anniversary to Shell Bell and Chicken Man Dan. If you're out there, happy anniversary to you both. We got to see them at Pa's house as well, along with Walker Magnet, Baseman 64, and Shell Bell, Chicken Man Dan. I think that we had Sam Wilson there for a little while. All right, Passion Stacker, you're free to come back anytime, man. I really appreciate it. Oh, Pa's house was the place to be, that's for sure. It was kind of a lot of folks that didn't go to the show, and then we joined up, and we were able to give them kind of the idea what the show was like. And yeah, I don't know. We'll see if the box gets any better here. Oh, no problem. You're welcome too. Take care, Passion Stacker. Anyway, we opened up a bunch of boxes at Pa's house, and that little turkey of mine had never opened up boxes. 47 likes. I'm showing 48, maybe 49 on your end. Who knows? Perry Martin, welcome in. And that little turkey, we split the nickel box that we were working on, and that one's been checked. She did something that neither Pa nor I have done in hunting nickels. 50 likes, all right. Let's finish this roll and then we'll do our 50 likes giveaway. Since I'm already cracked into it. In some of the, we split it pretty evenly, half and half, and she did, I just couldn't believe it when I saw it. Hey, there's a purpley looking one. James Eller for 15 months, a member at the Barn Owl level. Thank you so much. He's going to try to redeem that gopher. She found a key date 1939 San Francisco nickel. Her first hunt. How many boxes have we hunted over the last couple years? That is crazy. Looks like Brian Robeson found a V-nickel hunting this week. That's cool. Always cool to find a V-nickel. All right, let's get to let's get to a 50 like giveaway. We're going to start that off. This is your chance to win fabulous prizes here on Copper Owl's live stream. You'll get your chance to pick 1, 2, or 3 of the envelopes, number 1, 2, or 3, and you'll get what's inside. I know there's at least one 90% item in there. One of them has more than one item in it. That's all I can tell you without giving it away. You know what I ought to do is I ought to put like something that's really cool in there, and then like 2 goats, and we'll do it like Monty Hall, and you know, let's make a deal. Give you the chance to switch doors. Gotta count for variable change. Oh yeah, well actually we were hunting for somebody who paid for the hunt, so the person who paid for it got that nickel. I forget, I don't think it was Net Fiend, but you know, what's under the box? Nothing. Exactly. That one's been hunted before. Most of these have probably been hunted before, but you know, they re-roll them, and they get some friends that come along with them, and you never know. There's another NIFC 2004. Looks like you guys have got about a minute, just under a minute, to get in it and try to win it. Sent you a text message. Okay. Let me see what we've got there. Yes, I did. And thanks for the reminder there. I was going to say something about that. We didn't get to visit with Baseman 64 very long. I saw him the night we had dinner, and by morning he was already out the door. And I wasn't sure why. I don't think that was related to the news that came down, but as many of you probably, if you subscribed to Pa's Spare Time and saw his announcement, there was a death in Baseman's family. Looks like one of his sons, about age 38, passed away unexpectedly. So, you know, we just want to be with Baseman 64 and his family, you know, sending them prayers for healing and patience and comfort. So, you know, if you're a praying person, go for it. I'm sure they could use it. Teacher 1388, we were sitting not too far from him at the show. Him and Thunder the Wonder Dog, who almost got him in trouble because he's just a funny dog. All right, let's go and see who's going to be our 50 likes winner today. Only 26 out of 40 got in. People must not be paying attention to it. So let's pick a winner right now. Let's see who it's going to be. Seaweed Coins, you are our winner today for the 50 likes contest. Let's get that envelope over here, and let's see what you get to pick from. And we're going to also put something in the EOS in your name. So, Seaweed Coins, you have won. And Seaweed, I need you to let me know which envelope do you want to pick, 1, 2, or 3. And whatever this is, I will probably go ahead and send it to you since it'll fit in an envelope. As much as I can for our Canadian friends, I'm going to try and do that more rather than wait. If it's something that's sizable but can still get in an envelope, we'll do that. If it's going to turn into a mailer or a box, you know, the price is pretty high on those. I'll have to weigh and see if we've got the ability to continue to do full shipping on those, or if we need to ask for a little bit. So Seaweed Coins, we need to have your choice here, number 1, 2, or 3 for your 50 likes prize. Hey Joe Minnick, good to see you. Crazy Jim, good to see you. Chaplain Randy, good to see you too. I'm going to put those down there. Well, we're waiting on Seaweed to get back with us. Is Seaweed still in the chat? I was on top chat. I apologize. So if I've missed you, Seaweed, let me know. Joyce McAuliffe, good to see you. Seaweed. I don't see him in the chat. So I guess we'll have to do something like this. can't see coins pick. We probably went to the shop. Yeah, we can't hold it up for that, unfortunately. Let me get the punctuation on this correct, then we'll do it. Okay, we're going to do it by a poll. So please vote in the poll. Which number does Seaweed Coins pick? If he's not here to pick, we'll pick for him. While we're waiting on him to come back, we'll do another roll. Feel free to vote in the poll, guys. Right now, it looks like number 2 is winning. Go ahead and jump in with your pick. 27 votes already in. That's about how many we had. No wonder Tupac's going for number 2. That's kind of his number. Tupac. Not one Philly in any of these 2023s so far. Craziness. Alright, looks like the voting has slowed down, and 52% of you are saying number 2. So we'll go ahead and end that poll, and we'll give him number 2. Number 1 and 3 will be available if we make it to 75 likes, which I hope we will. Looks like we're already on our way. That was the 90%er. And that is a 19, what do we got here? 58? 1958 quarter made in Denver, Colorado. You get the 90% quarter seaweed. So not too bad. You know, hey, thank the chat when you get a chance, because you got a 90% quarter. Congratulations, Seaweed. We'll see you when you get back, David. We hope. Congratulations, Seaweed, on your 90% quarter. And number 2 is out now, so 1 and 3 remain. Let's get into this. We're 20 rolls in, and we've got 2 NIFCs. I need to update that. Now, 2 NIFCs will give you about $1 of exchange value, which would be about an Indian head cent. If you like adventures, we do offer that opportunity. If you want the NIFCs, you can have those as well. Instead, I should say. Let's look at that 82. We got a Philly on that 82. Can we get an OFG? Well, pretty clear FG there, so nothing doing on that one. One of those where I want to make sure the 79 was not just a 70, or maybe it was. That looks like a Jeff Crumpler coin, kind of. JC, kind of, or 35, really badly. I don't know. Crumpler sending his coins back up here to me. I thought we were going to run out of those. Now, if you find any that say an owl on them, they'll be 2023 Denvers. And, you know, you'll have to just let me know. If if you find any. So yeah. Hey, shalom there, Gilbert Rogers. Gilbert, I think we're trying to get that envelope that we sent to you several. I think it was you that we had trouble getting one sent to, and they sent it back. I hope I'm remembering that right, but we're trying again. Very shiny 79. Looks like that's been plated or something for some reason. Another Philly on that one. Wild Dog, how we doing? Looking for an OFG on that 82 Philly. It gives us a couple of them that we've seen. Hopefully they'll get that delivered to you. I got my fingers crossed on a couple of these packages this week. I hate feeling like that. I wish I had a little more confidence in the mailing system to make good on what their job is. Oh, I just put it in the mail yesterday, so we'll see if it shows up. Come on, silver. I'd like to see a 90%er. Because the good thing is, whatever we find first, we will double. And so you'll get at least a bonus 40 or a bonus 90, depending on what we find first. But first, let's find it. Hey, thank you, Wild Dog. As you can see, guys, we're on the precipice of 1,500 again. We got there the other night, but for whatever reason, they decided that one of those subscribers shouldn't count. So I'm asking you guys, if you're not already subscribed, let the YouTube algorithm know that that's not going to stand, and go ahead and hit subscribe again. What did I win? I was in the kitchen cooking supper. You won a 90% quarter. Unfortunately, we had the envelopes 1, 2, and 3, so we put it to a. We might have something there. We might. Not making any promises. The edge looked pretty good, but we've been fooled by that a lot here lately. I don't think it's going to be. 1971 Faker. Oh, let's not hear that too many times. That part of it looked even better than the part that I was kind of doubtful about. So, good looking 96. So see, we didn't hear from you, so we put it to a vote in the chat, and they picked envelope number 2, which had the 90% quarter in it. So we'll get that out the door to you just as soon as we can. I'm probably gonna try to not. Oh, Seaweed, I actually just sent things out. You've got 2 cards heading your way. And as much as I can, I'm going to try to get items sent to people, especially in Canada, before they pile up, because it is just getting expensive to ship things, and they're getting real picky with the customs. And I just sent something to a package to Elizabeth Flood, because she had about 9 or 10 envelopes to send to her, and it was over £1 that we put in the mail. And just for an example, it was like $23 to send it, which at this point I don't mind, because we've not sent a bunch of individual ones, and maybe been close to the same, who knows. But they wanted to up that to almost $46 just to ensure it as a priority, because it had coins in it. I mean, if I had paper in there, they wouldn't ask for the same thing, but they're asking for it for coins. I mean, that's kind of crazy. So I don't know what will happen when it reaches customs. It'll probably get kicked back to me and they'll charge me for it anyway, which is ridiculous. I mean, I guess to some extent what's coming into the country is their business, but it gets frustrating when it really looks like it's just a money grab. So, teacher, what's going on here? I must have missed what you had going on, teacher. Halfway through this box, 25 rolls in, and we've got 2 NIFCs so far. Come on, the second half of the box. Let's give up that silver. Let's go. 57, maybe 58 likes. I hope so. I was kind of rude to him because, you know, based on things we've talked about going around, I'm just feels like every time somebody doesn't do what they're supposed to or tries to do more to gouge me on price or something, it seems like a lot of times I'm pointing towards you as the example. Oh, if it's in a card, it's not going to be insured. I keep pointing at you as, you know, the example is like, well, I got a buddy that makes it happen without the extra, you know, cost. And he's putting coins on the custom form and not getting this kind of, not getting told this, or maybe you are and you're just do it anyway. So I told him to do it anyway. So we will see what happens. Hopefully it gets to you, Elizabeth. I think you've got something like 36 coins coming to you or something like that. It is crazy how much winning that Elizabeth has done on this channel. And she bought some rolls too, so some of that's coming from those. Just like everybody. Here's one of those with a a newish ender. Hard to call them brand new because it's not that year anymore, but money is a keyword, isn't it? Yeah, it does tend to get people's attention more than not. You know, I like the term metal art. It's made out of a metal alloy, and how can you not call that art? The bad thing was the guy was yeah, they wanted almost $46 to send it that way. It's ridiculous. It ended up being almost like 17 or 18 ounces, so I just put 2 pounds on the label. So I wasn't going to monkey around with it and end up being real tight. Oh yeah, you got to do your exclamation point redeem for those keywords. Hey Christian man, how we doing? I hope you're doing good today.
Freeze, Gopher!
Almost got me, BH. We're going to work on putting some...
Show me the money!
Right there. That's all I can show you right now because we ain't got anything silvery yet to show you. Unfortunately. Kind of feel that skunk rearing his head up. That's a bunch of skunks we've had lately. What would you guys think on those? I wouldn't be able to do this for an infinite amount of time, but what would you think if we did one of those U.S. History bronze medallions as an add-on to anybody that buys 40 or 50 rolls? That seems like that would be kind of a nice thing to send along, don't you think? The cool thing about that is when I'm already sending a larger package, then it already fits in the larger package. It doesn't take an envelope and move it up to a bubble mailer. Come on, silver. Let's go. Brian's regretting his decision to pick 7 right now. Yeah, so I'd have to count and see how many of those I have left. We might be able to do that for like the next, let's just say maybe 20 or so. And we'd also use them for giveaways if somebody got one of those. But you know, we'll see about it. Putting one in the EOS is generally a good one too, because that tends to get a little bit bigger depending on how many things are in there. They're pretty fun to have too. I want to save a couple for myself. You know, haven't gone through all that. I want to have something for myself. All right, we're down to 18 rolls to go for you, Adventures with Maxwell. I'm sorry we haven't found more silver. Oh, that's why it's coin roll hunting, isn't it? Well, what am I talking about? More silver. Any silver. Any silver would be an improvement. Don't break the streak. Trying to think if I've done something different today to where it's, you know, as a baseball player, I was, you know, about as superstitious as anybody. So, you know, you don't mess up the chalk line, or you tap your glove 3 times or something like that. You know, all the crazy things, that superstitious things that ball players do. I'm trying to think, am I doing something different? Did I have a hat on last time that would be lucky now? Anything we can do to keep this alive. Watching the NASCAR race? All right. Where are they racing at this week? And who's winning? I love watching those guys turn left at high speed. I don't know. I was down pretty good last night, but I was just, it's like I kept waking up. So, wouldn't say I got real restful sleep. I might be just a little on the tired side. But, Calvin Purcell, welcome in. You got the race on too, huh? That sounds good. Do you know what is the lowest you can set memberships to? Like the the price, I believe it's 99 cents is the lowest. Uh-oh. Fox got an ender. That's exciting. Hey guys, hold on just a second. I am going to grab something over here and open it up. I'm just a little bit thirsty. Watch this keep me awake all night now. Hopefully not. Normally I have a tea, but today I'm going with an orange flavored Celsius. All the fizziness of a pop, but it's not. Or soda. Oh, nice. 1969D. If you're hunting halves, that's a good one. Silent Silver's almost to 1,000 subs. Guys, let's see if we can help Silent Silver get there. If you're not already subbed to Silent Silver, go check them out. See what they've got going on over there. See if it's something you want to sub to and help them out. Cool. $50. That's awesome. I was thinking I was only going to get one box this week, and being kind of with Juneteenth on Wednesday and most of the banks, I think every bank was closed, it really disrupted things. And with me not being home at the end of last week to pick up coins like I normally would, then I had a couple things working against me there. So 15 rolls to go, guys. And so my one bank didn't get anything sent to them last week. The second bank, newest bank, they weren't even allowed to order for whatever reason, and I don't really know what the whole reason on that is. It sounds weird, but I checked with him on Friday as well. That's definitely a Jeff Crumpler coin there. Okay, Crumpler, enough of your coins. And you know, they didn't, by not being allowed to order, of course they didn't have any. Checked with them on Friday, they still hadn't gotten anything. I thought maybe they had been allowed to order this week, but not last week. But it turns out it was kind of both for some reason. Anyway, started a date run of USA pennies 59 to 92. Well, I might be able to help you out there, Seaweed, if you'd like some help. I have quite a few of those. Of course, they only did S-Mint. If you're talking just business strike S-Mints, then yeah, there wouldn't be any during that time. If you have S-Mints in that time, you're probably looking at proofs. I was thinking we were
Freeze, go first!
Cents, but no. If you're, they stopped doing the D in, I believe, 56 or 55 was the last year. They quit doing the estimate mark, that is, and that's when things kind of moved to where proofs were struck in silver, or were proofs and silver proofs were made in San Francisco, but not business strikes. At least on the wind. Normal S mint is up to 1970s, I think. Is it? I could be wrong. I can certainly help you out if we have some. That cost of stamps are going up to 73 cents on July 14th. Gee, S is from 68 to 70. Okay, sorry. Yeah, you're right. You're right. There are. I don't know what I was thinking there. I think they paused it in the late 50s for some reason. Yeah, okay. I got to thinking about the wrong thing. What we got there? 71 Denver, faking us out on the end, huh? Well, let me see what I can help you out. Let me know which ones you need seaweed, and I can try to help you out with that. Might have to send them through several cards, but we can get the job done. We've had more than one roll here that didn't have more than about one or two items to look at. You're going to have content for the strap hunt. Nice. Well, can't wait to see it. 65 likes. Thank you, guys. The Christian man's all over that. Hey, Crafty Dragon. Good to see you. We saw all kinds of people at the coin show. We saw Dad Learning Coins. He was on. Found out that there's more people than I realized that basically come in and lurk, that don't necessarily speak up, but they're there lurking. So for those of you doing that, hello, welcome in. Thank you for being part of it, even in your quiet state. Roll number 40. Only 10 to go after this. That skunk is starting to smell. Starting to smell like a skunk. A little bigger edge here. What do we got? 1988 Denver. It's not even a proof. Been a little while since we found a proof too. And that's one thing I did. I've got a bunch of proof sets for a reasonable price. Maybe not the best price I could get, but a reasonable price. And I figured, you know what? Let's use some of that for some giveaways. I still have some full sets that you might get lucky and win, but I've got a bunch of individual proofs from sets that we made. So you might be able to win those. Scored 10 rolls of pennies from your bank last week. They all look like USA pennies. And you got a wheat cent ender out of that? That's living right. Oh, loyalty badges. Honestly, I think I just took like little icons that I found out there, little PNG files or JPEGs, and I've used those to kind of make those loyalty badges. I think they've got size restrictions and maybe a file format that it has to be, but it sounds like you're setting up some of your channel features after being monetized or something. I'd have to dive into the background here and take a look at all that. Yeah, no problem. Yeah, maybe we can set up time to look at it. I, every once in a while, have to go back in and look and see how I've got mine set up. Actually, mine look like they're just stars, so they're kind of like the defaults. I should do something about that. Should figure that out. Yeah, the default, I believe, is the stars that you see next to ours, the different colored stars. But I don't think there's any default more than that. I need to see if I can find something that would help us out there. Of course, the first inclination for me would be to find a bunch of different little owls and work through it that way. So, when I got home, Mrs. Owl had surprised me with a Father's Day / anniversary gift. And it was sitting on the back porch. So, what it was a big tool cabinet, Craftsman tool cabinet for the garage. Hopefully we'll be able to get all my stuff in one place and get it more organized. So that is so cool. I thought it was going to be something else, but from how she described it, but I was wrong. She surprised me, and you know, it will not hurt to have one of those at all. So looks like we had an ender here, and it's a 2003 NIFC. So that is going to get you graded up to a war nickel if you'd like to trade out for that. We've got 7 rolls left for you. I don't know. It is pretty crazy out there. I've heard of this YouTube thing, and maybe one day I'll check into it. Yep, I've never had a tool cabinet quite like that. Uh-oh. Probably have the most pristine silver that just hit the ground. Wouldn't that be it? It wasn't. It was a bicentennial. But yeah, if I ever get some 2023 fillies, I will have to look and see what that new discovery is all about. And by the way, Mint, if you're gonna make 58 million of them, try not to make mistakes. You know, you're gonna flood the market with something that everybody's gonna want to find like that, and then it's gonna slow everything down. I think they're just making it up. I think people are ignoring their 58 million brand new $half minted last year, and we're all kind of upset about it. And I think they're just making it up to slow us down and make us look at them all. So, if you find one though, if you're looking for them and you find one, first of all, congratulations. You'll be disproving that theory. And you'll find it, which is always cool. Uh-oh. This one is hulking out. We don't like him when he's angry. He's hulking out. 72. I don't know if it's got a no D on the back of it or not, but we will find out in due time. Copper Owl Southern Metal has pics on his community tab, so he's added it, then it must be genuine. I know, I'm just kind of playing around with that whole theory. If it's a legit picture from somebody other than the mint, then okay. Just trying to remember where we look for it at, but until I have some Philly 2023s in my hand, I don't think it matters. Ooh, no, I'm saying no right now. Because when I opened it, that's what was looking at me. But you see there's a little copper coming through. I'm saying no. It's just a really kind of dingy 73D. So I'm not going to blow the trombones on me. NGC? Okay. Alright. I'll drop the theory. But maybe they did make a mistake just to help slow us down. I don't know. I still don't like what they did by making so many. Well, Adventures with Maxwell, I am down to 4 rolls. It's not impossible to find it, but I appreciate the enthusiasm cheering it on. Let me know, do you want to switch out the NIFCs or do you want to keep them? If you're switching them out right now with the $1.50 of value, I would give you a war nickel for that. Of course, we might find DDOs in these that we're going to look at again. We've got to find time to do that. Either tonight or tomorrow. That's a nasty 72. That's not a nasty one, but still a 72. We got a fair amount of them to look at, probably about a quarter of the box sitting here. So, but let me know with the NIFCs what you'd like to do. Lost some enthusiasm on the box. I know, it's hard to keep it up when it feels like it's just inevitable at some point. Give me just a second to see if everything's okay upstairs. Give me just a second. Okay, nothing to worry about up there. I just heard raised voices, and it's my son and a friend upstairs. I thought maybe they're getting in a fight or something, but it turned out to be nothing. So no problems. The only problem we're having is a distinct abundance of cadmium here and not silver. Too much clad. We've been averaging about 3 per box for the year. We've actually, I'm not trying to brag or anything, but we're actually at a higher rate than, yeah, it's one that I've just kind of started using. Next to last roll, our rate for the year and our totals are actually outpacing Rob Fine's treasure, believe it or not. Not that we're in a contest or anything or a measuring stick, but you know, I mean, he's a numbers guy, I'm a numbers guy. We kind of look at that. We talked over the we talked at the coin show a little bit about what he thought was going on. You know, in his area it's Dallas, so another NIFC 2009 Philadelphia. That gives you $2 of trade. We're probably up to a silver dime, if that's what you would like. Adventures with Maxwell. We could make that happen. And, you know, he's got a lot of people. Well, another one, 2014. It's going to bring you up to 250. One dime or war nickel and an Indian head is what I could do. You're in the Dallas area? Yeah. And you know, I think it's an abundance of people that are doing the same thing, you know, hunting rolls down there, and he's thinking that it's kind of drying up a little bit in that area. So unless we get some last roll magic here, we're looking at a skunk for the first time in 8 boxes. Hopefully it's not the start of a new trend. We've found silver the last couple times, but not enough to avoid a skunk. And this time, a 0 silver skunk. That's what hurts. That hurts bad. I needed the Littleton. I have a Littleton book that's missing those coin for the windows, the clear plastic sleeves. If you've got some of those and you want to send them, that's cool. All right, we're out. We took a big stinky skunk right there. You know what? We never drew something for the EOS. Let's do that real quick so we don't forget to do it a second time. And what are we going to add to the proof quarter? I'll do that, teacher. Appreciate the help.
Until we decide it is.
90%.
Was it over when the Germans bombed Pearl Harbor? Hell no!
All right. For the 50 likes, we're going to add a 90% dime to the giveaway. That will be a rosy dime, it looks like. It's the one I picked up. And in 1948, kind of a weak strike on that one. 48 Denver on that. Yeah. I never know what this thing's going to play. It might have some elevator music. Alright, so EOS is now a proof quarter and a 90% dime. And we need to get this figured out with Adventures with Maxwell. So, Adventures with Maxwell, we got a lot of things to decide on. First of all, let me get the tracker updated with the 5 NIFCs. I've done a bad job of keeping up with those. So 5 NIFCs. If you want the NIFCs, and if you've answered it and I missed it, I do apologize. But we got 5 NIFCs. You can keep those or trade those in for a silver dime or a war nickel and an Indian head cent. I would do either of those for the 250 face value you have there. We also have a skunk situation, so you're going to get 4 90s, 4 90% halves, and you would also get 2 90% quarters. I guess there's not much decision to be made. What I have right immediately is 2 Benjis and 2 Walkers. Hopefully that will be okay with you. And then I gotta get some more 90s out. So we've got a 61 and both Benjis are 61s. I think they're both from Denver. Yep, both of those are from Denver. And then the Walkers, one is a 44 that's got some wear. And that is a 44 Denver. And then this one's a 43 Walker from Philly. So there's your 4 90s. Let me get your quarters. So let me know what you want to do with the NIFCs, if you would, Adventures with Maxwell. This is a 35 quarter. That's going back quite a ways on an Eagleback quarter. Philly. And the second one is also a Philly. Hello, Frank Woodman. And that's another 35. Let's get you a different year. Mix it up a little. 62 Denver. That's looking a little bit nicer there too. So we'll get you one that's a little less worn. So there we go. Adventures with Maxwell. Are you still there? Can you let me know what you want to do with your NIFCs? Trade them in. And if you trade them, do you want the silver dime or the war nickel and Indian head cent combo? In the meantime, while we're waiting to hear from you on that, let's switch over to our wheel. Okay. And give 2 of the Walkers away and 1 of the quarters. Wow. So we'll do those as giveaways. Those will be yours. We'll do the war nickel and the penny, or the cent, we should call it. War nickel will be a 45 Denver. Cool there. And then an Indian head, let's get that. And I wasn't planning on another giveaway, but we can do that. 1904. A cent that came out of a penny box, like so many of them before it. Very, very true, guys. Very true. So, we've got that for you. You've got 5 wheel spins coming up. So let's do those and see what else we're going to send you.
Mint set.
You're going to get an uncirculated mint set to go with it. Let me get I don't know what year that'll be. It will be a random year. Let's see what you've got for your next.
$1 star note.
You'll get a star note as well. Gonna have to go get some bills and replace some star notes. All right. That's a respin. Just saying hoo-hoo. By the way, there's your star note. Let's see, that's just kind of a fun one there. Space Maker. You still got all those star notes, teacher?
Indian head cent.
So let's get you 2 Indian head cents. That will be number 3. Let's see what number 4 is going to be.
Buffalo nickel.
We'll get you a buffalo nickel. I'm trying to look at this. 1907 on that Indian head. We'll get you a buffalo nickel here. And let's see what your last spin is going to be. And another war nickel. We got a little silver out of all that. A little extra silver out of all that. So, all right. Let's see what we can dig into here. Let's add it all up. My mint sets are all up real high on my shelf here, so I'll have to see if I've got one here. I might have one here handy. Let me see. You know what? I've got one right here. We'll just call this good. I don't know why I had it out, but I just happen to have one here. So we've got a got a 1991 uncirculated mint set. That will have the P and the D in there. As you can see, got your penny, your dime, quarter, half dollar, and nickel, plus a Denver Mint token. And the same for the Phillies. You know, if you don't like a mint set, but you've got a nice little uncirculated set of any of these going, you know, they come right out of there and they fill in spots real nicely. And nobody will feel bad about it. So we've got these that go away. We've got the 5 NIFCs there. We're going to do these as a giveaway. Let's get those up there. Your 04 and your 07 Indian heads. You got 2 war nickels. Let's do all your 2s together. You got 2 Benjis, 2 war nickels, 2 Indian heads, a buffalo nickel, and a 90% quarter. So, tell you what, we're just going to do one thing more for you here, because I kind of want to see how this goes. We're going to throw in one more thing for you, since it's a whole box and you were so generous with a mint token. That's worth it. Since you've been generous, we're going to do one of these to get you a good bundle of items. Add it in. 1797. That's going to be one of the older ones. 1797. And of course that one's not there. I think I saved this one time after, or I failed to save it after a couple of spins, so I think we're just behind on it. We're kind of slowly getting caught up. 67. $18.67. We have that one. So, as Tupac would say, let me show you something. So we will go ahead and remove that one and save so that it doesn't come back and try and do another one again. So these are real nice if you haven't seen these. Alaska is purchased from Russia. So you've got Alaska being purchased from Russia. Big mistake, Russia. March 30th of 1867. About an Indian head cent. So March 2nd, the tenure of office act limits presidential authority. March through July, 3 Reconstruction Acts passed over President Johnson's veto. March 30th, Alaska was purchased, derided as Seward's icebox. And December 4th, Grange organized to promote the interests of farmers. So, that is a really cool one. Just to kind of show you it. When I can, I send these in the plastic. But you see these have a really nice edge. They are practically proofs in and of themselves. Beautifully made. These are from the Franklin Mint, and they are bronze. So let's add that to what you've got. We've got the mint set, we've got the star note to go with it. Pretty nice little package there. So let's add the 1867 U.S. history bronze medallion. Okay, we've got the medallion, we've got the star note, Unk mint set, 2 Indian heads, 2 war nickels, 90% quarter, 2 Benjis, and a buffalo nickel on there. All right, we're going to package that all up for you and get that sent to you real soon. I've been doing better about getting on top of some mail, but not perfect. We're going to try and do better, guys. But give me a week or so to get that out into the mail. Got a little catch up at work to do after the coin show. All of that is coming to you, Adventures with Maxwell. Thank you so much for being a great sponsor, purchaser on the show. And we're going to do a giveaway. Tell you what, you know, I didn't know if you wanted to split that up and do that. And by the way, Adventure with Maxwell, your name goes on the end of the stream name game wheel. You could still win a little bit more. So let's see what happens there. I was going to split these up into a couple different giveaways, but why don't we just do it as one? Let me think here. Let me think. Let me see what that does to me for shipping here. I should be able to get away with sending that to you all in one. So, anybody that wants to be part of a really nice giveaway courtesy of Adventures with Maxwell, let's do a this is going to say 5 rolls giveaway. This is going to be 3 coins giveaway. So yeah, if you're not needing the proofs, then yeah, you should be done. I have several of those proofs, but I'm kind of working on it for myself because the one thing that I haven't done with pennies is include the proofs. And I think I'm going to do that. I may be asking for it by doing that, but exciting news on the pennies, though. Just getting this envelope set up. So there will be 2 walkers and a 90% quarter. You really didn't have to do that, but you did. You know, we're coming down to the end of the month, and I still have 5 memberships to give away. Won't do it right now since we're in the middle of a giveaway, but we'll do it soon. So who's going to win this special giveaway? We're closing in on 75 likes too, guys. We're at 73 or 74 maybe. So might have another giveaway coming up real soon. Got about a minute left to get in there, guys. While you're doing that, I'm going to start getting these other envelopes ready, because we've got Jim Cantor up next with 10 rolls. Now look out, that means his name will be on the giveaway on the name game. And you know what that means. Namaste. Has 20. Thank you again, guys, for being here and making this work. 10 to 15 giveaways tonight. One of them's going to be mine. Let's figure on another proof coin for that one. Tupac, if you don't mind. Looks like timer is out. Let me just get Foster's Finds done here, and then we'll draw it. You got the last 20. Oh, by the way, somebody bought some rolls, or no, bought a roll, which is kind of unusual. He goes by the name, my name is Jeff, and there's about 6 F's in the name. If you guys see him on another stream, please give him, hey, no problem. I believe Maxwell is your dog. Good boy, Maxwell. Thank you. If you see my name is Jeff with like 6 F's in a stream and you can get a hold of him, please ask him to email his mailing address to me, CopperOwlCoins@gmail.com. Run it all together. CopperOwlCoins@gmail.com. He bought a single roll and we found a DDO in it like 3 months ago. And I've seen where he's complaining. I've gotten word that he's been complaining about me and saying never again, never again. I'm like, you know, that's fine. I've got it here for him, but he never gave me an address. So he can complain all he wants, but, you know, I'm sorry, but yeah, I know he's at CoinQuester every once in a while. So just put the word out that he needs to email me at that address. It's real simple. Just the channel name all run together at gmail.com. I'd really appreciate your help with that because I've tried to find some way to reach out to him. I don't see where he has any channel or an email address that's available to contact him. I'd love to reach out to him. Okay, so, and you know, I mean, I've still got it. I'm willing to send it. I'm even willing to send a little something extra to, yeah, as a show of good faith. But, you know, if he doesn't want to come by anymore, that's fine. But don't spend $3 with me. Don't send me your address and then badmouth me. That's all I really ask. Let's go over and pick our winner for 3-coin giveaway. Not something we always do, but since we had the chance, we did. And let's go with Gilbert Rogers. Gilbert Rogers, you are the lucky winner of this 2 Walker 190% quarter giveaway. We will get that in the mail to you just as soon as possible. And you know what? Since we have 75 likes, and most everybody that was in the stream got in on this one, we're going to pick 75 likes again. Thank you, Gilbert. And you know, guys, sometimes it's good if you just go ahead and kind of confirm your email with me and your mailing address. I would just kind of ask if you win something or purchase, just do that. I mean, unless you're one that's like a repeat, like JC Likes Pam or Jim Cantor, I know that I've got those. If we don't get, if you're not a winner or a purchaser on a regular basis on the stream, please go ahead and just plan to email me your mailing information, and that will help me, you know, confirm your prize and be able to make sure that we're getting it to you at the right address. That would be great. Stickman Outdoor Adventures, how we doing? How are you doing? Welcome into the stream. So let's pick our 75 like winner, and that one's going to be Scott Christensen. Scott Christensen, let's see what we're going to have for you at 75 likes. Let's keep the party going. And you've got envelope number 1 or number 3 to pick from, Scott Christensen. doing two things at once. Hold on there. Okay, you're picking door number 3, huh? All right. If we get to 100 likes, door number 1 will be the prize. You got the one with multiple items in it. So this is kind of like a little special. I don't see anybody else doing one like this, but because it's Copper Owl, and you know I love pennies, wheat cents, and all that, we're going to get you a 1913 Philadelphia minted wheat cent. You'll be getting a 1947 D. So you got teens and 40s. You got a 1956 Philly. So teens, 40s, 50s. 1938 S from the 30s. And this one will be from the 20s. Is a 1929 S. So all 5 are wheat cents, and one from each of the decades from the teens to the 50s. So there you go. We call that one the five wheats from 5 decades. All right, so there you go, Scott Christensen. Hopefully that will add to your collection. Don't know if you can get a lot of wheat cents or if they're really your thing, but there they are. You've got something from each decade, and if you're doing a little bit of a if you're doing a typeset and that fills some holes for you, then you know that's kind of the mission there, to help you guys out where we can. All right, so with that, we need to add to the EOS. So let's go over and do that. Close out of that, and let's see what we're adding to our first quarter. 90% down.
Proof quarter.
2 proof quarters. Out of almost 100 options on there, you get 2 proof quarters. All right. So again, these may or may not be the ones. Thank you, Adventures with Maxwell. That'll help out tremendously. I'm sure I was needing it, so let's just pick the first one that comes out of there. Again, these may or may not be the years that I send. I need to check and see that I'm not giving away the only one I've got. I want to make it like, you know, duplicates that I'm sending, because I'm kind of working on that proof quarter piece as well. But this one would be a 1969 S. As you can see, it does not have the frosted image, but it came out of a proof set. So there's kind of the difference. They started frosting the portrait, and the fields are all mirrory. Well, it's kind of that way the whole way on the 69s. So little something extra there. Again, if we can send those dates, we will. If not, I'll pick other dates and we'll be able to do that. Can't promise all of them are in perfect shape like that, but we'll do what we can. They will be proofs nonetheless. So those are at least placeholding right now. Can we get 3 in one envelope? I don't know. That would be weird. So, all right, we've got the EOS, the 75 likes, and the 3 coin giveaway taken care of. Lots of giveaways today, guys. Next up would be 100 likes. Of course, we'll do a name game at the end. We'll do the EOS at the end as well. And later on, there will be a coin and around giveaway. So check out what we've got. Check out, there'll probably be another proof coin of some type right there. Somebody just subscribed and got us back up to 1,500. So thank you very much. That is awesome. There it is. Jeff, Tooley, Angels, Tiger, Thomas. Hey, welcome in. I think that was you subbing, Jeff? thank you so much. That is awesome. Thank you for doing that. One last little housekeeping thing I got to do is I got to bag up all these rehunts. You know, we might have to do a 1,500 sub giveaway today too. But we're going to be challenged to get done before coining around right now, I can tell. Because we were on a good pace, then we did all these giveaways, and now we're not. I should have been doing some of this while we were doing more giveaways. Multitasking. And that would have saved us a little bit, but, you know, it's okay. Tupac's used to me running over his time slot. Tell you what, Namaste, let's just add that to whatever we were going to do. We can do that. So you're going to add 2 uncirculated rolls of 2024 cents, a P and a D. Yeah, I know. And I'll tell you what, I think I found a soundbite that kind of says that, Crafty Dragon, so. Hey, no problem, Ken Stout. Thanks for being here, buddy. Benjamin Vandecreek's here. Hi, Dad. Hello, son. Whew. All right. Lots to do, lots to do. So we've got that going now, and we're going to get into this box. Let's see what we got. Let me do a quick spin here on the wheel and see what we might give away.
War nickel.
Pretty close to that owl jackpot. We'll give away a war nickel I will do the war nickel, and Namaste will we'll get a mail to Namaste to where he can send those directly to you as the winner. But let's get the box open, then we'll start the contest for that. And now that we made it to 1,500, uh-oh, is that a Tupac's X? Is that one of yours, Tupac? That doesn't mean I have to give away something, does it? I think it does. Let's see what else we're going to add to the war nickel.
%, dime.
So we're going to do a war nickel and 90% dime, in addition to the 2 rolls. Okay, 1,500 sub giveaway. Left just enough room to write a name in there. Yeah, I hope so. I hope so. That would be a great thing. So let's get in here and let's just start the let me edit it real quick. Let's do this giveaway. 3 minutes to get in on the 1,500 sub giveaway. All right. So you'll be getting that as a giveaway as well. My goodness, we got stuff going on today. Not seeing enders again. Did see that X. We threw another dime in because of the X. Won't always do that, but I'm just kind of feeling like celebrating today. So Get in on that giveaway, guys. You don't want to miss it. You'll be getting something from me and something from Namaste. That is very nice of you, Namaste. Thank you very much. But let's get in and let's separate these out by 10 rolls for Jim, 10 rolls or 20 rolls for Namaste, and then Foster's Finds will bring us home with the last 20. So, good luck, Jim Cantor. We're going to get your rolls started right now. Let's get some focus here. Oh my goodness. That looks like half a new roll. Let's hopefully find some silver. The box streak is done, but the stream streak is still there. So, let's go. There's 2020 Denver. Not all of them are brand, as new as they could be. Every once in a while you still find those out there. So many 2023s. So many. Got about a minute left to get in on the 1,500 subs giveaway. And I need to switch cans here so we can keep it all together. So for your 10 rolls, you'll get a 40% half, and Namaste and Foster's Finds for 20 rolls, you get 2 40s. So let the games begin on that. Looks like Adventures with Maxwell did get lucky on the slots. He won 500,000 owls for getting 3 planet Earths in his spin. Congratulations on that. I don't see many Philadelphia halves yet. I'll be honest, I haven't even seen half of the Women in History quarters from last year. I've only seen like a couple of examples of the later issue ones. I usually save a tube of each as I find them, but I have found like 3 or 4 total. I haven't seen anything from this year, but I haven't been doing a lot of quarters. But when I did like 3 boxes here recently. I don't know, probably a month ago. Nothing. Not even one. 51 people have made it in. Thank you so much. Stick around. We'll probably add some names to the name game. See if we can get some wild cards in here. We might not have a lot of room for wild cards today. That's the thing. So Jim, let's go. Let's find you something here. Looks like we're out of time on the entries. We got 39 people in. Let's do that 1,500 sub giveaway. And let's pick our winner. Here we go. It's going to be Silent Silver. Silent Silver, you have won a War Nickel, a 90% dime, and a roll of uncirculated P&D 2024 penny rolls. Congratulations. Silent Silver, if you would make sure that we have your information to be able to mail to you, just send me an email. And we will get that to you. And then I can share that with Namaste, if you're okay with that. And we'll make that happen. Let me get a dime out. That sounds good, Namaste. Silent Silver, as long as you can email me, that will be helpful. Congratulations on your win. 1959 on that dime. That's a 59 Denver silver dime. And on the Well, that one's a 45 again. And from Philadelphia on the War Nickel. So congratulations, Silent Silver. I will give you guys a little bit of a preview. We're still kind of working out the details of how this will work, but I've got a bigger giveaway coming up. We're going to do 1,500 sub appreciation stream coming up as soon as we can kind of plan it. Give me a couple weeks for that. But I can tell you that our grand prize this year, we like to give out kind of chunky silver. How about that? That would be a 5-ounce USA silver. I don't know, call it even a bar, but it's essentially a bar of silver from L&M Metals. And that will be our grand prize at our 1,500 likes. Email, you can see it right below the word sold out, but it's CopperOwlCoins@gmail.com. Just run it all together. So that will be we'll probably run a contest for that, like a shout out contest or something of that night, something we've done in the past. So we'll put together some parameters for that and figure out how we're going to give that one away. It'll be pretty cool. We've got other silver rounds that we're going to give away. Oh yeah, you can type in !email and get it. So hopefully that'll draw some attention. We'll put together a short to sorry about the whistle there. We'll put together a short to promote that or something. That is a cool piece of silver. So I know not everybody's got the chance. Oh yeah, Corner Around's getting a head start on his 5,000 sub giveaway. He's giving you a 2-year heads up on that. Yeah, exactly. And you know, here's the thing: if somebody goes by the name, my name is Jeff, as an alternate identity on here, and you're here, you know, I don't mean to call you out, but you know, I'm on my stream. I need to talk with you. That's all I'm asking for. But just, you know, call people out in private, you know, with an email or something like that. You know, I don't like doing it on a stream. That was beautiful. That's about $150 value there. And I'm going to kick myself for not getting 2 of them because I want that one too. So here we go. What do we got here? That was just a thicker edge 23. I'm not used to them seeing that thick of an edge. I thought maybe we had a proof possibility there. We're back on to rolls for Jim Cantor. Thank you guys so much for being here. We try real hard to make a good quality program for you. Place where, you know, it's okay for the kids to watch because it's a kid-friendly environment. Not everybody's going to do that. But that's what we're going to do. We shouldn't have to deal with, you know, if somebody gets out of hand, you're going to see they're almost going to be like a troll or something. So, Greenwood, how you doing? Welcome in. Oh man, these rolls have a little more of the new ones in there than I really care for. But they're all Denvers. It's not like I can really even stop and look for the discovered error there. That one's been already hunted. So some exciting news though. and we'll do a review on this. I did my first ever submission to NBC because they were at the coin show. And so was Annex, and so was CAC. I went over, I visited CAC. They wanted a $100 annual subscription to be able to submit or to go through an authorized dealer. Okay, that being what it is, that would have been kind of cool, but they were also giving away sample slabs. And if there's time at the end, I'll grab one and show you. I hope there will be time because they're kind of cool. But they had a Oklahoma State quarter in there, not approved for an unk or anything, just in nice shape. But it had a sample label in there, had Northeast Oklahoma Coin Show on it. Some people wanted it to say Tulsa to make it a little more unique and special, but word is that they will be back next year. Penny pads. You know, I'm glad you asked. I have found another vendor that I'm looking at. I would need to get 25 of them to get the deal. And with a few of them already being reserved by people like yourself, then we should be able to get one of those for you. Give me a little time to get that worked out and to see if we can negotiate anything else. But it looks like I may have found somebody that I can get those from. I just need to do a little more investigation as to what exactly the material is, because I want it to be something very similar to this. William E., you want one? Did you ask for one earlier, William E.? I had about 3. And I think Janelle Sonoda wanted one as well. Or else it was Greenwood. I forget who. Let me see here about those points. Let me see real quick. I do not need Copilot up. I don't use Copilot. Unable to find Greenwoods. Let me do some looking here. Yeah, Janelle Sonoda wanted one. David Air Force vet. Yeah. So sounds like those are the 3. In fact, let me just write those down real quick. I'm sorry, guys. And okay, I've got those listed now. I should be able to do more, and I might even be able to do a little bit better on price. That's kind of the exciting thing. So let's see. Namaste, forgot me not. Question mark. I'm not finding Greenwood in here either. That's kind of weird. Is there a space in there somewhere to where Greenwood, do you have a space like leading or following your name there? Yeah, I'm not finding Greenwood in the list in the database here to be able to add points. So Yeah, I did. I tried all lower, all caps. It's just not coming up. So I'm sorry. I'm sorry, Greenwood. I don't know what else to try there. I'll add points to all viewers, and hopefully that catches you, but... Okay, well, that might be the case, but it feels like it's been 10 minutes at least now, so... All right, we'll keep rolling, and we'll look again here as soon as we can. Maybe Lucky James has got that figured out. I didn't realize that, maybe. Yeah, it's hot out there. It's 94 and sunny and humid here. Okay, sounds good, Seaweed. Thank you. Claiming, that's the word I was looking for earlier. So, come on, Jim, let's find you something. I got 2 more rolls after this. All right. Thank you, Greenwood. Brahms ice cream helps. Don't do that to me, dear. Don't tell me about Brahms ice cream, because now I know how close to home you are, and I know what you're having, and I'm not. For those that don't know, out here in the middle of the country, there's an ice cream store called Brahms. They make extremely good ice cream. They also make burgers and other things to eat, but they don't have them here in Kansas City. The closest one, I think, is in Topeka, which is about an hour away, or it might be at the one that my wife is at right now, which is in Emporia, Kansas, which is kind of close to halfway between Kansas City and Wichita. We'll check this one just in case, because I can't tell if it's a P or a D. Either way, doesn't matter. But if you live in Oklahoma or Texas, yeah, you know Brahms. You know what Brahms is, and you know that I'm talking about how good it is. Yeah, thanks for Uncle Frank. Paul Spare Time comes in roaring with 5 gifted Copper Owl memberships. Thank you so much, Paul. Let's see who's getting these. Greenwood gets one. Chaplain Randy gets one. The Christian Man gets one. Show Me Stacker gets one. And Lola Udy, first time I've seen you here in a while, Lola. Good to see you again. You get a membership. Kind of feels like an episode of Oprah where you get a membership. You get a membership. How we doing, Pa? I hope your travels are good this weekend. I know you've been kind of going through Missouri. There's one in Salina as well. That's true. So Scott Christensen, you know Salina, huh? That's where I was actually born and lived my first 13 years. So, yeah, they've got some kind of rule, like you've got to be so far away from the nearest distribution center to have you can't be further than some distance to be able to have Brahms. Apparently we're just beyond that limit. So, Jim Cantor, we did not find you any silver. And of course there's no skunk protection on 10-roll purchase, but we will get you that 1968 Denver $50 there for your trouble, and you'll get a wheel spin. So let's go get you your wheel spin right now. Oh, okay. You went to school in Arc City. Cool. All right, let's see what we've got here. I'm going to close my eyes because this wheel is so unpredictable. Happy little soul. Well, shipping will be fun this week because you just got a proof set too. 40% and a proof set. So we've got an unk set and a proof set. Now I got to figure out which proof set to get. Oh yes, yeah. No, I mentioned that earlier, Paul, and thanks for putting the word out. Kansas State. One Wildcat to another, baby. I graduated from K-State too. Graduated in '96, mechanical engineering. Well, Scott, I knew I liked you already. We'll figure out which proof set we're going to send you there, Jim. And I appreciate your participation and your purchase today. So what year did you graduate, and what year did you graduate, Scott Christensen? Wildcat blood running in the stream today. Hey, you know what that means. You know what that means. Paul, if you want to say, that's fine. I'll give you a second if you want to kind of inform the stream what you know, if you know what you want to share or what you can share. I would hate to misrepresent it, but I only know what you put out in your stream. So 90, okay, I was 96, so that would have been just I graduated high school in 91, so you're a little ahead of me. You hadn't quite experienced the Bill Snyder winning tradition yet, had you? But you were there really early. You were there in the foundation years, so that is cool. Very cool. I am real excited about our football team this year. So, Jim, thanks for buying those rolls today, buddy. We're going to move on. I'm going to bag up your rehunts here. Nice, David. I like that. You bet, Jim. Hey, Joey Brown. Welcome in. Yeah. That was all I was going to say, too, is his son was 38, and they kind of lost him unexpectedly. So, you know, I'm not sure that there's a lot more that needs to be shared about that, even if we did know. So, just everybody pray for Baseman 64. You know, I'm sure it's a tough time. I can't imagine. Hey, I know Sand Springs in Oklahoma. Yeah. I think I had a Army National Guard facility there that we evaluated. It's part of my work a few years ago. More than once. So, yeah. We want to be with Baseman in his thoughts and prayers. Yeah, our NIL membership reached 1,000. So, namaste. These are your rolls. This box is kind of half and half. left middle of grade 11 to go work. You know what? You still are successful. That's what counts. Not a lot of jobs out there right now. There's actually a lot of jobs out there that don't require a high school or a college degree to fill those spots in this country, and you can actually make some decent money at it. So, you know what? You sound like you've done fine for yourself, Seaweed. No looking back, right? I want to find some silver because it doesn't take a college degree or a high school degree to find silver. Just had a box with 45 wheat cents, so I'm editing 45 videos. Yikes. I don't know what platform you're using to stitch those together with there, Paw, but good luck. If you need some help, give me a shout. But sounds like you've got your hands full. You know, I do that with my nickel hunts when I put together a long form video, and yeah, I end up with about 20 to 30 videos to stitch together and transitions and stuff like that, so I know what you're saying. You're told that you had a good time. I bet back then you could have a good time in a lot of ways that might challenge today's standards, I guess. I don't know. I say that, but, you know, it might have been more strict back then and still find a way to have a good time. Yes, they kind of crack down on things today, but then I see what they do allow, and it's just nuts. All will be shorts, editing on the iPhone. My thumb went numb. 32 done, need a break. I'm glad we could provide that for you, Paul. And Paul, thanks again for letting us come by last week. Really fun to do that. Glad I could have my daughter with me to enjoy some of that time. I think she enjoyed it as well. She's probably not going to let me live down finding that key date nickel before I ever found one. I think before you found one too, so. Oh, nice, Sam Wilson. I went through my buffalo haul, and that doggone bag was probably about 80% 37s. Yes, she did. She did. It was fun to be able to give Sam a lift, get to talk to him, and get to know him a little bit more on the ride. I'm just waiting to see what kind of impression he can do of me. If that's even worth spending your time on. 238D nickels in your last box. Are you kidding me, Adventures? Are you? Tell me you're kidding me. Avery Johnson's going to be a stud. Kid can do it all. I hope so. I really do. That will make for a very fun season. As long as he can stay healthy. That's the only thing I worry about with his kind of slight frame. I don't think it's as slight as it appears to be, but you know, we just need him to not turn an ankle, twist a knee, get hit sideways, you know, that kind of stuff. As long as he plays smart, we should be in good shape. Good fortune. Teacher. Oh, my bad. 39D. Oh, my daughter found a 39S. And that's before I found anything. All right, Pa. Thanks for hanging out with us. I'll tell you what, it was fun watching golf there last week too. It'd been a while since I sat down and watched any, but it was kind of the perfect opportunity. And I still haven't seen my wife since then. So, well, I saw her a couple hours after I left. We drove to Wichita, and then I drove home because I took number 4 to Grandma's house to meet up with family that was there helping out with my mother-in-law's knee surgery. Yep, we need to find some silver soon. It has not been a real silvery kind of day. I see a lot of proofs coming out of there. That would help. And you know, I keep seeing some wider edges, but not wide enough to be proofs. They're kind of tricky. I wish we could play more music when I say something like that, and then we'd have like some tricky music playing. But you know, here we go, Pa. Let's have some of this come in about a month or two.
Touchdown, Kansas City!
That's right. I tell you, I kind of like what I'm hearing coming out of the Chiefs camp. I mean, they've had some distractions this offseason, for sure. And they may have to deal with a little bit of something in the way of suspensions for a couple players.
Go first!
But overall, I like. Oh, word has it, Coach has been sending him to bronze every third day. That's cool. So Scott, did you grow up in Salina too? That'd been pretty crazy if you did. We wouldn't have missed each other by too many years, but you know, a lot of years at that age. Doesn't take too many to feel like a lot of age difference. Doesn't feel like it now. Can we get a DDO or something? 5 NIFCs just feels a little hollow. Oh, there's an ugly 82. Denver, I think. Can I even find it? Whoa. Whoa. What is going on there? Is that a Denver or an S or a what? It doesn't have any kind of luster like a... Let's just take a look. That's definitely a candidate for the ugly album. I don't know if we need an 82D, but that might be a downgrade. Oh, okay, gotcha. All right. I thought maybe we were actually like neighbors or something at one time. Got another kind of ugly ender here. Namaste, if you want the ugly, you can have the ugly. I'm working on an ugly book. Most of the time people don't want to keep those, so if you need it or want it, that's yours. You get first crack at it. That's for sure. Can we find you? I actually have an ugly album too. All right. Well, I can send that your way. Just let me know for sure which way you want to go on that. There's that X'd out one. Let's just look and see if that's got any kind of doubling on it or not. None. You'll take it. All right. So we got an ugly. Tell you what, since we're having such trouble getting that, we'll just call that one miscellaneous today. I don't know if we'll call it that officially, but we'll call it for this stream. Since he wants to keep it, we'll call it that. Come on, silver. making me nervous here. We're about 20 rolls into this box and still an ugly to show for it. This one feels even drier than the previous box. Oop, that one's a 77. We'll look at that. That one looks like maybe it's been checked before. Yeah, we need to start a silver chant, kind of like Rudy. Silver, silver, silver. Oh, goodness. JC likes Pam. How you doing? Bart Cubbins, good to see you in here. Fill the board. Yeah. Yeah, that would be fun too. Come on, Silver Train. I heard you. I heard you. I want to get some people on board. Chugga chugga toot toot. Gotten, this would be 9 rolls to go. A little bit of a tough hunt, yep. It has not been a extremely silvery hunt, that is for sure. It's hot there. It's hot everywhere, Elizabeth. I hope you guys in Canada don't have the wildfires like you did last year. That was brutal. I know that messes with your breathing up there too. Hoping I can avoid them out in California if I need to travel there. I'll probably be traveling. I don't know if it'll be next week or the week after, but 99 with 25 mile an hour, like an oven outside. Yeah, with those kinds of winds, that's a convection oven. And in 2021, I think, is when they had a big outbreak of wildfires in Cali and up in Northern California, I think it was. And yeah, or maybe it was 2020. One of those times, I think it was during COVID, because I got to, oh, raining now. I'll put a damper on it. Yeah, that'll help. I'll create some humidity there for you. 73 and 10 mile an hour winds for Noah. Well, you are the exception. I remember minus 30 like it was yesterday. Give me the heat. Yeah, minus 30 is no fun either. And sunny for, you know what, I need to figure out that weather command so people can pull up their weather on here. I never did figure that one out. Come on, there we go. Got to have it. Likes the spring and the autumn. Yeah. I'll tell you, fall is kind of my favorite. Just because the transition from heat to cool feels really good. And it just kind of makes me think about all the, you know, got the fall colors, you know, starting campfires, maybe cooking out or something like that on a campfire. Those are some fun things to do. Boy, not even an NIFC in here. I tell you what, I thought when we had NIFCs in the other box, I thought for sure we would find a little silver. But it kind of teased us there, didn't it? Where we have found NIFCs, we found silver for the most part this year, but that was a teaser box. I don't think we liked being teased like that. 5 rolls to go. Namaste. It's looking tough here. Oh, might have another ugly. That one's a 1989 ugly. You need an 89 Philly ugly? I'll put it to the side. I do like spring because it brings back memories of when we go from cold to warm, and makes me think it's baseball season. That's one of my favorite times of year, is the start of baseball season. Used to play some baseball from like age 4 to 18, and hurt my shoulder my senior year. Went from throwing 88 mile an hour at the hardest down to bouncing the ball. Now that one's got something funky going on with it. I don't think that's kind of worn and plated. So somebody's done something to that one, altered it a bit. Take a quick look. It's an FG anyway, so we won't worry about that. Yeah, Greenwood's been here way longer than 10 minutes and still not showing up. So I wonder if we're doing her name correctly. Makes me think there's a character we're missing, or a space. But I'm not. It does kind of a partial word search in the database, and it's not even finding it off of like green. You know, that's a good point. We could cycle the bot to see if she comes up. 30 degrees on opening day is just fine for you. That's a little cold. You know, I looked for Jody and it's not there. I wonder if there's somebody else, I think it was maybe David Air Force Vet or somebody that was having trouble with finding himself on my stream or another stream. I want to guess that that's who it was. Let me try to cycle it. Got 3 more rolls for you there, Namaste. Just hold on, guys. I'm going to turn the bot off for a second. I'm going to refresh. And I'm going to turn the bot on and refresh. 78 degrees inside your house. Yeah. If it's at all humid outside, then that's not going to feel real great. If it's dry,